All right, this is KaotiK Crypto, where tyranny is defied. All right, so looking at some charts right now, Bitcoin's having a pretty nice pullback. I kind of called it yesterday. I was starting to have second thoughts. I did put a small short in, and I'm kind of just waiting it out. And it's possible that we come down and just retest this 43, 44, and then go for another high around maybe 50 or 52K. It remains to be seen. There's a fair amount of volume. This is on the daily chart right now. But the real thing that's interesting me at the moment is the Ethereum BTC chart. It's obvious that Ethereum is basically, it's going to be the theme. It's going to be the mover. Things are switching over to the altcoins, and in particular Ethereum and probably its ecosystem. A couple coins to look at. I mean, there's thousands of coins on the Ethereum ecosystem, ERC20s. See, I think of a few to start with. The Band Protocol, which is their decentralized oracle. That's one of them. I believe Uniswap? Is Uniswap that one? I'm trying to think here. Yeah, but just look up Ethereum ERC20s and try to, that's what I'm going to be doing probably today. If you go to Uniswap and go ahead and switch up on there and just research some coins. Uniswap's a really good interface to use. Actually, we'll go ahead. I'll show you. This is what a lot of people use for DEXs. I mean, yeah, you can use Coinbase, but the problem there is that you're kind of late. Like, Coinbase has to list them, and by the time they list them, the coins have already moved. So a decentralized protocol is a Uniswap, or if you're using Cardano, MinSwap. Each chain, layer one, kind of has its own ecosystem. Solana has its own. SoFire, I think, is that one, or is it? So we're trying to find the one. But yeah, you connect your wallet, and then you go to swap, and so you use Ethereum, and then here's some list of Ethereum DeFi. So Aave 1inch protocol is another exchange. You use 1inch. Some people got airdropped. Anchor, API 3. These are some ones that I didn't know Audius was on Ethereum. Or maybe it's not. Not all of these are actually Ethereum. I think BAT is Basic Attention Token. Brain Trust. Chili's. Anyway, it's a way for you basically to use Ethereum and get your coins and before they get listed on the big exchange. By the time they list on the big exchange, you can't get quite the you're not going to get quite the results. I mean, you will, but you can probably get 100 and 1,000 X's going on decentralized exchanges, picking the right coins. Where on a centralized exchange like Coinbase, you're probably going to like 10x, 15x, 20 tops, I would say, in general. Which is it's great gains, but if you want to really get ahead of the game, you need to use these decentralized protocols. Some wallets too will allow you to do it. Like obviously, I use Exodus. Exodus has been really good. Atomic wallets have been good, but they've been getting kind of glitchy and a little bit worried. A lot of my staking protocols on Atomic have been, they've been kind of having problems. So I would suggest Exodus at the moment. Anyway, that was a little bit of a rant, but I think it's really smart to try to get in the game before the big exchanges list things. And if you have a problem with where you live, VPNs are a good solution to that. TunnelBear and McAfee, I think, has their own. Or, I don't know who else. Not financial advice, not really any kind of advice. Just these are the things that people do and stuff that I do. So smart, but yeah, Ethereum against Bitcoin is absolutely breaking out. Take a look at the weekly. Yeah, kind of have a little fake out below the 200. And this thing might move. Let's see where we're at here. This is 2018. really it's just been consolidating. You know, let's see what some of the zones of resistance might be. We're already breaking out, so I would say around here would probably be your first pullback area here. But we have ways to go. I would say for a goal, I think we probably make it to here. And Ethereum is probably going to get its own ETF. That might be the end of the cycle, or it could be something that happens this summer or in the spring. It could happen actually pretty soon. I think Ethereum, Solana, XRP will likely get their own ETFs this cycle, or it'll be definitely a theme talked about and debated on. The Dixie is also kind of moving down, consolidating. It's probably going to consolidate still in this larger kind of descending circle. If I had a triangle, if I had to guess, probably maybe we get a push up, and then maybe another crash, and then move up. See if that, I'll leave that there. I'm going to see if that plays out. A lot of times my little squiggles play out pretty decently. This is Bitcoin on the weekly. This wick is looking pretty ugly. If we close and this is a red wick down, that would be what's called a gravestone doji, which will basically tell you that the trend is reversing and will probably be coming down to 31 to 35, 36K. This is the 200 week moving average, so this will likely be the target. So if we could probably extrapolate something like that. Now, that's a pretty nice little line I made. So this could be the target. I mean, we might be able to come up a little bit more aggressively, for sure. But yeah, I mean, you're looking at 31, 32, and wicks can happen too. So like, just because like you might test this area, like this was tested but it wicked down. Like you can't just say it's just going to 30. Now, you gotta expect 5 to 10% further than whatever your things are going. And we are getting some bearish divergence even on the weekly here. And that will probably play out too. It's probably going to get pretty... We need a pullback. We need consolidation. It'd be the best thing for everything. So just expect that. Be okay with it. I mean, it went to 49K and we're at 44.5. It's already a... What is that pullback? And what's comforting is it's just mainly Bitcoin pulling back. It's not the entire market. So basically, the money is moving around within the crypto sphere. So it's not like everything is just going to USDT, the US dollar. Everyone's giving up. It's nothing like that. Let's see. It's already been a 10% move. Yeah, about 10%, 10 to 12%. So, I mean, I would like to see 52K for sure, but this week is looking pretty strong. Let's see if there's any news. BlackRock CEO advocates for spot Ethereum ETF. Yeah, so I mean, I think Ethereum's going to probably run pretty good here for a minute. Maybe to 28 to 3, close to 3K, maybe even 3,200. That's a pretty nice. It's a pretty nice candle right there. Excuse me. So, like again, a lot of these alts are still just consolidating. Aave is probably going to be a bit of a mover. DeFi, actually, a lot of DeFi, decentralized finance protocols. That's where we defy tyranny. That's what I get that whole thing from. DeFi, a lot of it's based on Ethereum, as well as Cardano, I would say. Cardano, I think, is a lot more decentralized. I love Charles Hoskinson. He's like the light in that area. Everything else just seems kind of manipulated, and Vitalik Buterin and some of those other people are just kind of weird. I don't trust a lot of them. So, but yeah, we got Algorand still looking pretty juicy at these levels. We go down Atom, which is Cosmos ecosystem. Injective was on Atom. I'm surprised Atom didn't move like Injective, but it didn't. CRO token. This bad boy is looking pretty juicy too. Its high was about $1 and 10 cents. That's a 10x to its all-time high. I mean, this thing could go like $3, $5, $10. It could get real. I mean, it's assuming Crypto.com survives. I mean, I think my take profits would be, depending time wise. I mean, I think $1, but there's going to be some resistance here. So basically, anytime you want to draw these lines, this is TradingView that I use. This is free. I use the free version. If you want more indicators, you have to pay for it. But basically, anytime you see price action, there's actually an indicator called the VPVR, but you got to pay for that. But it'll tell you how much price action will be bars coming this way, and it'll tell you the amount of price action, the amount of volume is going on for each price. But you can just look at it and tell. So there's a lot of volume right here, so there's resistance here, so there's a lot of volume here, so there's going to be resistance here. So we already have been testing this one. So what will happen a lot of the times, bang up against it, breakthrough, then come on down, use this as support, breakthrough, use this as support, something like that, right? Actually leave that alone too. This takes us to 2025. Yeah, something like that certainly could happen. It could actually get more aggressive, but this is kind of how price action works. It just goes with those areas of resistance and packs through them, and that's how it happens. Anywho's, DOT. What's nice about DOT is it's 10 to 12% rewards on a lot of the I guess decentralized protocols and stuff like that. Yeah, Crypto.com I think it's 8 to 10%, but I mean that's free money, right? And it's so cheap. It's $7. Top was $55. That's only 8x to its all-time high. I mean, this thing will probably go to $100, $150, $200. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, these actually get adoption and really used. I don't use DOT. It's kind of like on the same level as Ethereum or Cardano. It's a layer one. It's just have like a lot of interoperability. So, Filecoin, decentralized storage. I think it's definitely going to be a theme. There's a lot of volume coming in here, though it hasn't really made any big moves. But $6 to 230 at the top. I mean, this thing might really freaking move. A lot of people are just saying it's not going to make an all-time high, but just looking at this chart, I think at the very least it's going to come to $70. It's 10x, but I mean, I think this thing could go to $1,000 per. That'd be insane. Gala Games, great entry point. I mean, we're still so low on a lot of this stuff. Metaverse, Engine Token, still so low. High was $5. It's a 12x to its all-time high. I think Metaverse and AI are going to be big movers. They're going to be volatile, so you got to understand that. Theta. I like Theta. Yeah, so the total market cap, basically, again, I think the money is just moving around. We may come down to 1.4 trillion. In a nightmare scenario, well, not a nightmare, but in a bad scenario, we would come down to 1.25 trillion. And that could happen. We want to hold this 1.45 support. This is excluding BTC. I think it's very likely that we come down to 660 billion. Or maybe consolidate in this area, but I don't think it's likely to come down here unless we get that scenario I was just talking about. So if we come down here, it's possible that we test this area, 1.45 trillion. Now, again, this is the total market capitalization of crypto. And it's only 1.68 trillion. Apple's market cap alone is like 3 trillion. So it's insane. I forget where it says it. I think I was looking at Amazon too. Isn't Amazon like? I think Amazon's capitalization is ridiculous as well, along with Microsoft. Let's see what else is going on. This coin Ion, I'm kind of curious about it. I might take a look at it real quick, but see what else is moving here. So Ethereum name service and Ethereum Classic are moving pretty good. The miners are probably having a field day with that. Ethereum Classic basically is a proof of work version of Ethereum now, and I think that it's a move. It's a move. I think Ethereum Classic may do very well this bull run. Take a look at this. This is CoinGecko. I think it's a really good portfolio management tool. Wow, it's high in 2021. 125 from $30. It's pretty substantial. I mean, it's like, 5-10x. Yeah, it's at $30 right now. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Let's look at this Ion one. It looks kind of strange. Let's see what's going on here. 1 year. It's been around for a while. Jesus. Its high was... I've never heard of this thing. 21,814. Huh. What the hell is this thing? I've never heard of this. Let's see. About. Read more. Sometimes they don't tell you what these things really are. Didn't even talk about it. I don't know about this, but I mean, if it could be a 10, 20x to its all-time high. I just don't know anything about it. Worth more research later on, I suppose. Let's see what else is going on. Litecoin's making some moves. I don't know if there'd be an ETF for Litecoin. I don't know if that really is even a narrative anymore. But it looked like Tezos was finally moving a bit. Arbitrimus is on the daily. Ethereum name service. Ion's down 50%. So it's up 39,000. I don't know what that thing is. Anywho's, let's see what else is crying out to me. Near Protocol. It's finding support. And then Near could do pretty well. I mean, it's like an 8x to its all-time high. 7x. Take a look at the link real quick. Looks pretty healthy. If we get a crash, you might be able to get it for $10. Maybe, but it might not go down there. It might just consolidate further here. Mana, similar to Engine. Look at some of the mining stocks really got clobbered yesterday. Mara, Marathon Holdings. That's a lot of selling volume right there. Marathon Digital, sell the news. I think it's going to move on up here. Microsoft's making all-time highs. Really don't like that CEO. Ontology looked like it was breaking out. Hopefully we consolidate and have a better bump and run. A bump and run is like a breakout pattern. It breaks out, then comes down, bumps, and then runs again. So hopefully we get something like that. Solana made some crazy good moves. It's 10x this year, but I want to see it come down like $50 or $60, $70. I'd really like to buy it a little bit cheaper than it is, but it's possible we just consolidate and start running again. But this has been a hell of a run, so I think a cool down, fall, and then another run up could very well be in the cards for Solana. Uniswap, we were just talking about that. I think Uniswap has got a good program, good protocol. I think it will work well. VE chain, supply chain. XRP is just like grinding slowly, stitching they call it. So just kind of stitching up and down, right? And eventually it's going to break out. If they talk about ETF being approved or something, that's going to just go crazy. But I mean, I see this thing. I mean, minimally, it's going to go to $2. That's minimal. But it's possible to send a $10 or $20 coin, especially if it's Ethereum ETF news, right? Silica is still one of my babies, but she's just going slow, steady as she goes. I mean, this could be a coin that may not take adoption, but it's a metaverse play, so it should do well. But it may. I want to see this thing hit $1. I think that'd be so freaking cool. And it is kind of similar to old Cardano, old ADA. And Cardano is consolidating on previous. You might be able to get it a little bit cheaper. Let's see, maybe a little bit cheaper, 43 cents. I mean, it is possible too. Like last cycle, you had this area and then it came up and then came up and went up. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a little more bullish. H bar, not enough price action. This thing actually went up to like 60 cents. So it's like this graph doesn't show you where it was, but H bar is great. Injective is probably going to cool off. Like this thing is probably going to go down $17, $18, $20. The 0.618 golden pocket is pretty popular, so somewhere in there, I think, maybe even down to 10. But these are the points. Anyways, I want to jump off here. Actually working on my house, spackling and filling in holes, trying to catch up on some chores. But we'll check back in another time, maybe this evening if anything happens. But hang on, hodl on. You probably have a few more months to really accumulate before the halving in April. After that, it's going to be off the races. You can still make money after that, but I think the gems, the 100x's, are going to be gone. You'll be able to 5 or 10x your portfolio, not 20 or 30. The buzz is going to be happening a year from now, and it's possible that we even top out by the end of this year. There's some decent evidence to suggest that might happen. So just we'll see. I mean, if Bitcoin gets a good pullback from here and really consolidates down to 32 for the next couple months, that would be very healthy, and that would tell me that this is going to be a normal cycle. So, but if we keep going up, it's going to be a little bit bad. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, hang in there. Check back in later. Peace.